Have you ever wondered how many Copic markers you have to be able to do something with them, like to actually make a pretty drawing? I have. I've also wondered how, when I get those many colors, how am I going to display them? How am I going to put them in a chart? Like, what's that going to look like? And today I have the answers for you. Recently, I was at Hobby Lobby and there was a huge sale on Copic markers. Instead of being like $8, they were $1.99. And I picked up as many markers as I could. I took probably like 100 markers. And then I had some markers from one of my friends, Jason. He sent me a whole bunch of markers, which I'm very grateful for. And then I had bought the 12 pack. I spent like $80 on it. And I can tell you that the 12 pack is not enough markers. And I have a whole video on those basic markers. The markers that come in the set, they are just not enough. And the colors don't really look well together and they don't blend together well. The pink's all messed up. The violet's way too dark. And the pink is like void of color. It's not pink. It's not happy. It's just these random colors that were thrown in basic. I know they probably put some thought into it, but I don't know who thought it up because they're not my favorite, the basic set. And after I bought them, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm going to have to spend the $2,000 or $3,000 to get all of these. And this video probably wouldn't have happened if Hobby Lobby didn't have those markers. So I'm grateful for them for discontinuing the markers at their store so I could get them. One day I hope to have all 103.60, but I don't now. So how can I track these? And then how can I display all of them? And how can I look at the color palette that I have? I created 2 sheets for you guys, and these will be available per purchase in below, or you can sign up to be a member and you can get access to these sheets. One of them is going to be like a blank swatch chart because it has 120 spots. There's 360 markers. So if you have all 3 sets, you can print this sheet off 3 times and you can get through all of them. You just arrange them and then put them on the sheet and you label them above. The other sheet that I have is I put all of the markers on one page. Now there's 360, so the lines were really small. I will make sure that I have ones that are like 2 pages and 4 pages for people that need it a little bigger. But what you can do is you can either keep these with you or you can swatch them out and take some pictures, put it as a favorite on your phone, and then when you're out shopping or you see something on the internet, you can go easily reference your sheet to see what colors you don't have, because that was my problem. Like, oh, now I have all these markers. How I can't just buy the sets like A, B, C, D, E. I have to buy them all individually now because otherwise I'll get a bunch of duplicates. So I hope this helps solve some of those problems for you guys and gives you a place to swatch your Copic markers, because I couldn't find a place to really swatch them. I was like, I really want to be able to swatch these and I want to provide you guys a way to swatch them. For storage, I got a Crafter's Companion storage marker case. I Googled this and that's what I found, and I have bought like 5 of them. They're really good if you can't store the supplies in the original packaging, or if you buy a lot of individual markers like I did with the Posca. And I have a bunch of Sharpies, and then I have these Copic markers. So they're really good for that. And I love just being able to pull out the markers when I want them instead of having to like hunt through a bag. And then I can put them all in order so I know where all the greens are, I know where all the blues are, etc. We're going to go through all of these colors and we're going to swatch them, and I hope you guys like it. Here are our charts for the Copics. I have 2 charts here. This one is a blank one and is perfect for people like me that bought lots of random colors. I would love to have like a swatch chart of all the Copics, and I might do that. Let me know if you're interested in that. It would probably be more like this though, where they're in order, because I don't have all the markers, so I wouldn't want to put it in like an order and have it be wrong for you guys. So I just put it in the order that they have it on here. And if you guys like that, I would love to put it together for you. So we have this sheet also. This is just going to be a 1-page sheet that's going to show what's available at a glance. So you could put this in your wallet. You could take a picture of it, because my problem now is I'm going to have way too many random ones that I can't buy a set. So if I come across ones that are on sale, a pack that's on sale, I'm going to want to see how many other ones I have, or from online somewhere. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the rest of these. You know, I think it was $1,200 when I calculated it, but which is not in the budget right now. But eventually, hopefully, I'll get all of these someday. But this chart will help me see at a glance, and I can put this into like 4 pages. I just wanted to have it in a page glance. So this is very hard to read, but you can read it. So both of these will be available for purchase. So you guys can get these and use these however you guys want. First off, what I'm going to do, since this is a blank chart, is I'm going to go through and I'm going to label all of the markers. And you'll see here, so this is, I have some Copic Chows and then I have some Copic sketches. The Chows just have a little less ink in them than the Copic sketches. The name is also on here, whereas it is not on here. So there's a little features that are just a little better with the Copic sketches. Some people like the Copic Chows because they're easy to write with, though, because they're not like this. But then this one won't move across your desk, but this one has the potential of sliding around. It just is a matter of personal preference. And for today, we're going to be using the brush side. There is also a chisel side available on all the Copics. My daughter was doing this and she found that one of the chisel tips was actually dry. So I'm going to do a video on bringing them back to life, see if we can. But so let's get started. We're just going to put these on here real quick so we can get going on our swatches, and we'll do these at the same time. So we'll put it in here and then we'll find it over here. I do have these Copic multi-liners, which are kind of like fine liners, but I also have the Sharpie pen, and I can tell you that the Sharpie pen dries faster and it doesn't smudge, and these do, and I do not want a smudgy chart, so I'm not going to be using those. As I was doing the editing for this, I realized that my mic was like really low, so you can hardly hear me, but I'm going to go through this again so you guys can get it. Here's my 2 sheets. I have put cardboard under one of them because I've actually done this once before and I didn't have the cardboard under it and it looked really bad, and I wanted to make it as perfect as I could for you guys. So we have V04, which is first. And I'm going to fill it in the sheet that I created for you guys. And then I am going to fill it in the other sheet. It's really nice because I put these in alphabetical order. And you guys can find them really easily. This is where the V's are. And I'm just going to fill in the whole thing. I want to get an idea of what I have. It's going to be super small. Probably need a magnifying glass to read it, but at least I'll have it and I'll be able to do it. So this next one is going to be one of my reds. I can't exactly read what color that is because it's so small, but we'll see on the next page what number it is. It's R83. And these are not going to be in perfect order on this sheet. They're just kind of like eyeballing it. I could like do this one if you guys wanted to. You could always do the first sheet and then whatever order you want to put it in, you could be like, oh, this actually came out more purple or it came out more red. It goes on the spectrum. So you guys can change it around if you want. I'm probably not going to because I just want to have an idea of what the colors are when I look at them, so I know when I pull them out what they're going to be. That's kind of like the whole point of a swatch chart, is just so you can know. I'm actually doing a project for a mile liner right now. This is a spoiler. No, it's going to be so cool, but I'm doing a whole bunch of different palettes, and before I could even like start on it, I had to have a swatch sheet because I was like, my brain just cannot handle like looking at the marker lids. And this is my daughter using these markers. Isn't she amazing? And I really feel like you had to have more colors to do this because she used like 4 or 5 blues and 4 or 5 reds, and she just gets a lot of depth with her drawings, and she's super talented. But anyway, to go back to the mile liner story, I was just trying to do it off of like the tips and the lids, and the lids are so different than what you actually get in the marker that it's really hard to like even compare them. So I was like, I need swatch charts. That's why I love swatch charts. I have ones for all of my supplies, and when I start a new project with them, I really like to look at the swatch chart so that way I can figure out what the color is, and then I'm not like confused. Oh, that doesn't look exactly like I thought it would look, and everything. So the next one that I'm going to do is something pure pink, I think. Oh, and I was gonna say, I think I kind of got
Anyway, I think it's RV11. It's supposed to be pink. I don't know what a good pink is. I like the FRV one for pink. That's what I think of when I think of pink, but maybe that's a little too pink for people. But I know that there's plenty, excuse my yawns, I'm a little tired. I know that there's plenty of other pinks out there. I would have liked another pink for their basic set. Just saying. So hopefully maybe I can find that perfect pink and get it. I might just like end up getting like a few extra ones to complete like my chart. And now we're getting into RV69, and that one is super dark. Look at that one. So it's kind of hard when you're putting light and dark next to each other, because it's really best if you do it in a circle. And what I like to do is put the dark ones on the outside and the light ones on the middle. You could also do the dark ones in the middle and the light ones out, but my brain works like in a graph type thing. I think that's why I do it, because zeros in the middle, you wouldn't like have black in the middle, at least for me, because black has a value, and white, like if you're thinking about it, if you're on a computer, it's 0, 0, 0, and black is like 255, 255, 255. So like you don't, that's why I put it on the outside, which is weird because I'm like math oriented and putting together these charts. So we have R59, I believe, is our next one. And that one is pretty. Oh my gosh, I just realized that I have the sheets right next to me, so I can kind of say, oh, but I don't have the actual name of what it is. So, well, I do, but it's just really small, so I'll just have to like read it. This is so small. It's like, yeah, a microscope to read it. Like, it really is that small when you're looking down on it. But I am going to make it available so you guys can have it like this, or you can have it in more sheets, because I feel that would be like super useful to you guys. And I did make an error right there. I had to white it out, and I actually went over it again later. I don't know if I actually put it in that video. I tried to, but it didn't really work out. But I put the white out on it using a Posca pen, and it worked out just fine. I just make sure you let it dry, because if you don't let it dry, it might take a while. And I had to like put a few layers on top of it, because the white really wanted to react with the alcohol marker and make it like pink. So I guess there you go. If you can't get pink in either way, use a Posca marker with your stuff. So RV29 is like super pretty. I like it a lot. Let's see. RV29 is going to be crimson. And then RV25 is going to be dog rose flower. And I can't remember if it was in this part or in the next part, but some of these names, like pink is good, pure pink, I guess. Pure pink is actually better than pink, I think. So RV23 is better than just the pink. But there's one in here that I was just like, oh, I might come to it later. It's called Lipstick Natural. Actually, is it this one? That is so cool that I just started talking about it as the one that I'm showing. So I was like, Lipstick Natural? Whose lipstick is natural like that? Like, who's honestly naming this? Is it someone who's like, hey, my wife or my girlfriend has this lipstick natural that I really like? I can't really see a woman naming that, because usually lipsticks aren't just called natural. I guess they could be called natural, but I don't know if have you ever seen one that's just called natural? And I don't know anyone whose natural lip color is that color. I don't know, maybe I should compare my lips and see if they're that color. E04. And it's also like an earth tone, but it's more like of a pinkish, so that's why I put it with the pinks. So our next one, what is that one? It's super small. It's Tea Rose. Is that what it is? Yeah, Tea Rose. And that one is E93. So it's another one that is a one that is like, sorry, my brain is freezing. It's another one that is an earth tone, but it's more like orangey, so that's why I put it in there. And our next one is going to be, I think, R02, which is Rose Salmon, which is very similar kind of to the E93. It actually looks browner than the E93, so it looks But you also do have to remember that these are going to dry lighter than what you're seeing right now. So I'm looking at the dried ones, and they look significantly different than when I first put them on this paper. So a lot of these colors, and you'll go to the end of the video to see those, they are going to dry a lot lighter, and it's really cool to see that, because when you put them on the paper, they're going to be as dark as they can be. But then when you see them dry, they just look a little bit nicer, I think. Well, of course they look nicer, but they look more vibrant and saturated. And whereas before, when you put them on the paper, sometimes they just look a little dark, but this is how they go on, and that's what the video is about. So R27, I think that one is vermilion. Vermilion seems to be it's cadmium red. That's also another really popular color. Crayola had a color called cadmium back in the day, but they don't anymore. And our next one is going to be YR03, which is yellow red. 09, sorry. And that one is going to be Chinese orange. And that one looks pretty. I like that one. The orange that comes in, I believe it's the chrome orange. I like the actual orange better. I mean, it's not bad. It's not like the pink that's like devoid of color. I really think RV23 would be a better replacement for pink. Or even R83. But RV11 is just too light. I don't know. So R08, what is that one? That one is vermilion. Okay, so that's the one I was thinking that was vermilion, but that one's a red. Definitely a red right there. And it looks like, I'm looking at here and looking on the screen, it looks so much darker. So just know that it's going to be a little bit lighter if you're like trying to match your colors. But Copics don't have that problem that they don't match colors because they're named. Sharpies, people are always like, I can't name my Sharpies. And I'm like, I don't know, I gave them to you. But when you're looking at those, look at them when they dry too, because mine are when they're dry. So that will, unless like you're swatching with mine, then they would be like the same color. But yeah, so the next one that we're going to do is YR04, which is chrome orange, and that's the one that is in the set. But I like this YR68 a little bit better, which is just their plain orange. I don't know why they put that other one in there. I mean, once it dries, it's not like super horrible. It's not that bad, but I have two of those because okay, so Jason might have sent me some of these that I have like doubles of. I only have like 3 or 4 that are doubles, which is great. When I bought them from Hobby Lobby though, I came home and I had like 4 or 5 that were doubles, and I take them back. I'm like, hey, can I just return these? Which I guess, I don't know. Part of me was like, they're only $2. I should have just grabbed them all. But then another part of me, the responsible part of me, was like, don't grab what you don't need because they'll just sit in your house and take up space. And I was like, but I could sell them on eBay. Then I was like, I'm really bad at mailing things, so I don't think that would be a good idea either. And I've done that before where I've like marked up crayons. That's how actually I first got started, was I would go buy crayons at Walmart, and that was like my first adventures in like trying to make a profit off of this hobby. I was just trying to make a profit so I could buy the crayons, which now I can, and I can buy lots of other things. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful you guys watch this video so I don't have to do this anymore. So I'd go to Walmart and I'd buy the crayons for like $1, and then I'd mark them up on eBay. But I didn't do that on Amazon. But I didn't do that like for a long time. I think I did like 2 or 3 sets. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Because like as soon as you get an order, you have to fill it. And like if you have something else going on, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to get to it a week later, because people don't like it if you don't send them their packages right away for some reason. And I'm not I'm more of a, when I get it done, I get it done. Like I have a list, and I do some things and I get them done right away. But like, it was just too much. I was like, I can't do this. All right. So our next one is going to be Y19. And this is a really pretty yellow, Napoli yellow. I didn't actually super love the yellow that comes in the set. I think it's like lemon yellow that comes in the set. I like the ones that are a little more orange, but maybe they put lemon yellow in there because it's like more accurate representation of what a yellow would look like. I'm not sure. So that one was really small. Let's see, Pale Sepia. Is that the one that just happened? Yeah, YR24. So it's kind of like a brown a little bit, but it's got some orange in it too. Maybe like some red, yellow, orange. That's why it's called yellow red, right? Because it's kind of on that spectrum. Oh, that's great. I just found out that the microphone was below me the whole time. Y08. So we'll have to see if you guys can hear me or if I need to like voice over. Okay, Y08. But at least I have the colors going. Oh, that always stinks. Okay. Y13. I have a lot of the yellows. So these were just kind of the leftovers from what people didn't want. So I have a lot of the skin tone ones, which is kind of cool. And I sorted all these Y11 the other day in a live that you can check out. Yellow. Yeah, I do have a lot of yellows. YG63. Pea green. You know what? I just realized they did not put the name of the marker here. Why not? They put it on the cap. Why can't they put it in both places? YG03. Uh-oh. This one worked the other day. Because I've done all of these already. That's like super sticky. I wonder if the other side doesn't work. I wonder how common YG03 it is for these kind of to dry up. Yeah. This is horrible. It's coming out. Just having to press it weird. That is so odd. If I had paid $8 for this marker and it dried out like that, I would not be happy. Look at that. So the marker, it's a little loose on that side. This one's super tight. I do not know what's happening on that one. It feels sticky. I wonder if someone... Why would it be sticky? I'm going to do a video on... The whole thing is sticky. Like, I wonder if some kind of gunk is in it. Guess that's what you get for buying clearance markers. Okay. YG06. Or is this common? I wonder... Like, what if they hadn't been clearanced and I was just buying them? That is sad. I'm going to have to figure out what was happening with that one. Yellow green. That's a pretty color too that we don't have. YG41. Some of these I feel like these two are very similar. You might not need both of those. Why? But some of these you're like, yeah, I want that one. That yellow green looks nice. So yes, video coming on how to revive G112. So I wonder if you bought a whole bunch of these. Is that why they're so pricey? Because they come like that? You have to replace them so often? Yeah, like I seriously did this the other day. How did it look the other day? Some of them were a little, so I already did this. YG03. Yeah, it looked fine the other day.
So either I did not close it right or something happened in between now and then. G07. I mean, my daughter has been using these, but I don't see her using green on any of these. But she did open them and close them, which you should be able to do, right? G07. And she's older, so she's not like my 4-year-old who opens markers and then does not close them. Okay, G03 is next. Now I want to do that video. Maybe I'll do it today and then post it later. Okay, G05. Oh, G05 goes over here also. Okay, G05. And I feel like the green that came, I can't remember the green that came. I feel like all the colors that came in the basic kit were just like, eh. Like, who put these color combinations together? G17. Actually have, I think it's going to be released today, hopefully by the time this video is out, of color combinations for Olo markers, which is a competitor to these ones, G00. So you have to check those out. Be interesting. BG11. It was fun to pick them. But then I wonder if people are going to be like, who picked these? They're, yeah, a brand new marker. They're so exciting. Okay, so BG13 is next. Oh, that one's pretty. BG13. I like those together. BG72. And my daughter, actually the other day was like, this one's called Ice Ocean, and I had it as ice cream. She's great. I'm like, thank you. She got so excited. She's 12, and she's like, is this what you do? I want to do it. So she like wants to swatch all the swatch charts that I have, which is fun for her. BG57. So like markers working, they're not working. That's happened too with Tombow. I bought like the big Tombow markers. What is it, like 100? I can't remember. 108. BG09. And blue green. These are all super pretty. Yeah, I went to use them later, and some of them were dried up. That's why I'm like, markers, unless you're gonna be like using them every day, sometimes they're not worth the investment. Like, especially if you use it one time and then next time you go to use it and it's all dried up. Most of them aren't. It's just that one out of these. BG10. But that still stinks, because then you might have to go spend $8 more on a marker. BG53. But the thing is too, it's like, what if you get a defective marker lid? And it didn't go on right. BG05. One's pretty. BG05. BG02. B02 is next. Getting more blue. B02 is up here. Robin egg blue. So that doesn't really look Robin's egg blue to me. You know, B14. Maybe I'm just so used to the Crayola one. Okay, B000. So these really look good when you layer them with each other too. Pale porcelain blue, right? Okay. FBG2. But you can layer them. So like this is the first layer, and if you do another layer, it's darker. So especially with those light ones, you can build them up. I feel like I read somewhere too that FBG2, that you can make, so let's say you have B00 and you put it enough, it'll make another color on this chart. That would be good to know, because then you would know like which ones to get versus which ones to skip. B05. So then you wouldn't have to get like as many of them. So I should do that. Now that I have these, I will hopefully do a video on that. That'd be really cool. And then I can make a list. B24. Okay. B39. But it is nice to just have a dark one sometimes and be like, okay, I know that one's dark. B99. I was like, how long is this video going to be? Are these fumes going to kill me by the time I'm done? I don't know how people work with these all day. B99. Do you work with them all day? Okay. B23. B28. Those are pretty dark blue. B28. B29. Like we just did the one above it. I feel like that's the blue that comes in the set. The colors are just all over. Like I could choose better colors that come in the 12. B66 is next. So I feel like the set that I got, you know, the 120 now, I've set it again. I feel like I really could do it. I feel like it's enough now, whereas before it wasn't. So this set though would probably, I mean, it would probably cost me, I paid the most, BV for the 12, 24, 34. It probably cost me $300 overall for this set with the ones that I got discounted from Hobby Lobby. Ooh, those ones are cute together. BV17. Deep reddish hue. How is that even red? Deep reddish hue. That looks... Now, who came up with that name? Amethyst. So much better. Much better. That has more of a reddish hue than BV17. Come on, people. B17. Amethyst. FV12 too. I actually really like the fluorescence. That's a good purple. I don't feel like that's violet, fluorescent at all. So this, I feel like this is the violet that comes in the set. I'll have to double check. It's okay. It's very dark. FV09, right? Now we get into, so we're done with the colors. Now we're getting into all like skin tones and grays. I have every single cool gray, which is awesome. No one wanted the grays. Well, some people did, but not all of them. How many zeros is on this one? Floral white. So this one's super light, but you can build this one. I'm like getting hungry and my stomach is not liking E00. So those look very similar. E000. It's darker, definitely. Okay. E41. Pearl white. Getting darker. E53. Raw silk. Oh my gosh, that was way too heavy-handed right there. R00. Pinkish white. Yeah, it looks pinkish. Okay. So when I went in, I just got every one of them, and I already had some at home, but I didn't know which ones I had. So E50. So that's why this chart is nice, because then I can take a picture, and if I'm ever in a store and there happens to be Copics on sale again, which I highly doubt it, but you never know, E01, then I would know which ones I need. YR000. Silk. There was like a light silk and this one's silk. YR000. I mean, I don't know if that one's exactly silk, but it's better named than Lipstick Natural and the reddish one that wasn't even reddish. Okay, this one is YR000. Oh, this is one that's like a duplicate. I didn't realize. Okay, YR00. And this is the Chow. So these ones don't have the names on them. Powder pink. Not really pink, but you know. I wonder if some people like got names of them. And some people were really good at naming them, and other people were just like throwing out. But wouldn't you think they would have to check with each other what the names were? Have some sort of like, that's a bad name or that's a good name. E51. And these could totally be in different order than what I have in that chart over there. But, oh, I have a lot of those. Okay, E21. Soft Sun. Okay. Y21 is the next one. Another Chow. Thank you, Jason. Okay, Y21. Buttercup Yellow. Kind of. Yellow, kind of. it wasn't yellow enough. The cap wasn't yellow enough for me to put it in the actual barley beige. Sure, I'll take it. E11, right? I'm just double checking because I would be the one that would put these in the wrong spot. But these are really good skin tone colors. Like, talk about skin tones. Copic has that down. E00. They should just put out like all of the skin tones. E00. Right now they're sold in sets of 72. And now I don't qualify for that anymore. Well, I mean, I could buy them, but I'd get lots of duplicates. E43. So I'm not wanting to really do that right now at this point. E31. I'll probably just get them all separately and get containers for them. So this one seems like it's a little dried out. E31. Brick beige. I'll tell you though, the ones that dry out are the green pigment-based ones. Oh my gosh. Yeah, talk about markers drying out. It's a common thing. E33. And when you find ones that don't, you're forever grateful. Okay. Next is E55. E55. Oops. Huh. There we go. Those look good together. All right. E13. Light suntan. I guess, but it depends. Like, again, lipstick natural. Like, is that everyone's suntan? No. This one's Camois? Camois? Is that like a French word? E35. All right, E35. Hazelnut. See, that one's a good one. E35. E23. I'm actually saying it so I know. But it's good for you guys to know too. E23 is over here. E15 is dark suntan. Come on, guys. Please, please, please. I feel like you need to rename those two. My suntans do not look like that. E15. And I'm sure some people that, like, what if your skin is that color? You're not suntanned, so come on. All right, just don't even reference that. E09. You can think of. Sharpie actually just calls them. They came out with a neutral set. I wish they'd be in brush. That'd be really cool. But not yet. E09. That looks reddish. They call them all like... I don't know if that is good either. E37. They call them all like dessert names. I don't know. But so Crayola is probably actually the best. They have almond, rose, and what's the other one? This one's light almond, light walnut. 57. I can't remember what the other one is. Anyway, they just have 3. I don't like to use like the extra deep, and like some weird terminology. I would just call it 1, 2, 3, but that's me. But I don't think anywhere is perfect for naming their skin tones. But dark suntan, come on. E47. Dark brown. See, that one's good. We're not referencing anyone's skin. Walnut is E59. How do you guys feel about skin tones being named after food? Okay, E27 is next. Like this next one's called milk chocolate. I mean, it's you can have milk chocolate and it can be brown, so I feel like that one's accurate. 27. Ish. Okay, next one is dark umber. E29. That one's really close to milk chocolate. The caps are not the same though. Let me show them to you. Actually, maybe they are. Yeah, maybe they are. I'm like, now that I look at it, the caps do look the same. Okay, dark bark. That one's okay, I guess. Okay, Y28 is the next one. And then we're going to be into our Y28, sorry. Our grays now. So these ones are kind of brown, so that's why they kind of stayed over here. See, this one's good. Warm gray one. That's what I like. Just call it like, so Crayola should be like, oh. Sorry. Yeah, so I'll change this around so the 10 appears down there somewhere. Okay. Manually move it. These ones are going to be easy. 3. It's fun to have so many grays. Gray is such a good color. 5. My hands. Okay. 7. 7. Now we're into the neutrals. Is that what it's called? Neutral gray one. See? This is what you do. Almond 1, almond 2, almond 3. I feel like that's the best way. I think that would be a better way for Crayola to do that. And for all the companies, browns and 3. Then it's like, you know, if the higher the number, the darker it is. That just makes sense. My N looks like a W. I was just trying to write super fast. Okay, N4. I have one more. These are the warm ones. Okay. So I was like trying to call around all the Hobby Lobbies and none of them had them left. I was like, but one did, so that was good. It'd been nice if they all had them. N5. They had more of them. Is what it is, though. I feel lucky to have gotten what I got in 7. But it was funny when I went to get these. They were like, I was like, I'm going to get all of these. They're like, whoa. Okay, black. And there's a special black. I don't have that one. I had 2 blacks, but then I gave one back. Actually, I think I had 3. This is just my second one. I did keep. I feel like or Jason had it. I don't remember. I was like, I don't need 3 blacks. Now we're on to the cool grays. I did get all of the colorless blenders though, because those are awesome. C1. Oh, I guess I don't have C0. There is a C0. So I thought I had all the cool grays, but I guess I don't have the 0. Do you really need the 0 though? Is that necessary? As if you were doing some super shading, but I feel like the 1 is good enough. It's barely there. I feel like I take pictures of a lot of stuff, and sometimes if it's too light, C3, I feel like you can't really see it. So I don't know. And that's what's great about these, is you can pick and choose which color you want. Be like, oh, I really like that one. I'm going to take that one. It is good to get like kind of opposites. Let's do some shading and highlighting. C5. C6. Getting a nice gradient there. C7. That looks like a G instead of a C, but whatever. It probably is a G. Do you guys have good or bad handwriting? C8. That's what's nice too about those, like if you don't want to spend forever trying to build up the layers, you can just use these. See, that one's almost black. Oh, look at that. And then 10 is going to be up here. It's going to be a disappointment. That's why I'll change it for you guys. When you purchase that, it will be in order, all of those grays. And then this one will just be a blank one that you can purchase. But I'll put them all together. Okay, C10. And we'll just do the colorless blender just because, but it doesn't look like anything. There we go. It looks gray right now, but it'll dry clear. Oh, and I need to do C10 here and mess this pretty gradient up. There we go. But yours will be at the bottom. Rest assured. Here are the two charts. This is the one with all the colors I have, and you can see it's a lot more filled in. It looks complete. I feel like this is enough to have a really good set of markers. Ironically, it's the same number that comes in 120 super tips, and those are just fine. So I feel like having this many colors, I can definitely do some fun things with, whereas before when I only had 12 colors. So in comparison, this is what comes in the 12. As you can see, I would probably replace pink, yellow, and the violet to have, you know, to work more well together, because I don't really feel like really the pink and the vermilion work well, or the pink and the violet. The pink is just out of character for this one. I feel like there could be a better choice for that one. Anyway, so these are the 12. I didn't feel like I could do a lot with those. Now that I have the 120, I feel like I can do a lot. I probably wouldn't need this many, probably like 36. I feel like it's good to have like a contrast and a not contrast, like I said earlier. And then this is the sheet with all of the markers, and you can see it's very hard to read. I have to get it really close up for you guys to read. But I can see that I have what colors I have at a glance and which ones I am missing. So it would be easy, like if I was in a store, to easily look and be like, hey, I need B18, I need B21, I need B32, B34, so on and so on. So it's super easy to tell which colors I don't have. I have almost all of the cool grays, except for cool gray 00 and cool gray 0. And a few of the neutral grays and some of the warm grays, and a ton of browns, because that was what was left, and a lot of the blues and greens. I mean, I have a good representation of colors, I feel like, with this. So what do you guys think? Are you excited to be able to put all of your Copics on one page? How many do you guys have? Do you have all 360? Do you have 120? Do you have 36? Let me know how many you have. What are some of your favorite colors? What do you like to color with them? Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.